in Sharpeville for us, covering that speech. And Bali, good afternoon to you. A very fiery speech from the EFF leader there today.
Certainly, Stephen. Of course, you heard there Julius Malema continuing to echo those sentiments that the EFF has been talking about for the past couple of years when it comes to commemorating and marking Human Rights Day, and saying that, well, for the EFF, this day is not known as Human Rights Day, but rather it is indeed Sharpeville Day, because they are remembering all of those who passed away and died on that day when those in this community protested against those oppressive past laws. But of course, at the same time, he even went further to say that it is the ANC that continues to distort history, and says that as the EFF, they will try and reach out to the PAC next year when they continue to hold the Human Rights Day celebrations, and they say that they will want to share a stage with the PAC, because it was them who led the protest 62 years ago when some of the PAC members protested against those past laws, Stephen. At the same time, Julius Malema continued to talk about judges, saying that, of course, there is a capture of the judiciary in South Africa, and says that those who continue to take President Cyril Ramaphosa to court, especially at the North Gauteng High Court in Pretoria, they do not win. And you would remember, Stephen, that at the Judicial Service Commission, that it was Judge President Dunstan Mlambo who was also part of those interviews for the position of Chief Justice. And of course, he does head the North Gauteng High Court, and says that if you take Ramaphosa or Pravin Gordhan to that specific court, you will not win. When it comes, he also touched on the issues around the Chief Justice, saying that they will not celebrate Justice Zondo for being placed as now the Chief Justice, and saying that Ramaphosa missed an opportunity to have South Africa's first female Chief Justice, of course, that is Justice Maya. But at the same time, Stephen, he even went as further, talking about the issues of Ukraine and talking about Russia, and saying that as the EFF, they will always side with Russia, because Russia was one of those countries during the apartheid regime that they showed their support for black South Africans who were oppressed during the time. So regardless of what is happening right now in the Ukraine and Russia, that they are firm and they are direct, that their support does indeed go to Russia. But Stephen, we tried to get the views of community members here. They are here. They came here to listen to the speech of Julius Malema today. We did indeed try to speak to some of them who are here today, but of course they continue to say, well, it is only those at their national offices who are indeed allowed to speak to the media. So it has been really quite difficult to get the views of those EFF members who have come here to listen to the speech of their leader, Julius Malema, and really what they think when it comes to this day not being called Human Rights Day, and indeed being called Sharpeville Day, as those people who live in this community.
And in Bali, very strong words from the EFF leader for President Cyril Ramaphosa as well. I mean, clearly taking the campaign against the ANC directly to the president.
Yes, Stephen, I mean, they even went as far as saying that they will lead some sort of protest, and saying that President Cyril Ramaphosa needs to step down, that there is a high unemployment rate in this country and he needs to answer for it, that there's a collapse of the SOEs and he also needs to answer for that. He even went further to say that even Begitele, the police minister, needs to step down from his position. At the same time, Stephen, one thing that has come out of this day, and we've also heard that in the president's speech in the Northwest, is the issue around Operation Dudula, and of course saying that he spoke quite strongly condemning the actions of Operation Dudula, saying that, as African people, that African people should continue to stand together, and saying that when it comes to the issues, saying that it is foreign nationals who are taking the jobs of South Africans, he's saying that, well, you should put that at the doorstep of President Cyril Ramaphosa, because it is him who's responsible for, creating jobs in this country, and says that, well, since Ramaphosa has been in office, we continue to see an increase in joblessness, especially joblessness amongst the youth. So he continued to echo those sentiments and condemning the actions of Operation Dudula, saying that they are easy targets because they continue to target foreign nationals instead of putting these issues at the doorstep of government.